Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, good
Hello,
morning.
sir. Good morning, sir.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
Sir, we're going to start now, okay?
One minute, Aishwarya.
Okay.
Yeah, start now.
Okay. Sir, can we start?
Yeah.
Okay. So, good afternoon. Today we'll be interviewing Mr. Sohan Roy, the founder, chairman, and CEO of Aries Group of Companies. He's listed amongst the top 50 Indian business leaders in Arab world by Forbes for 4 consecutive years. Mr. Roy holds a global reputation as an entrepreneur, director, creative head of award-winning films and documentaries, often listed as one of the most influential personalities in the Middle East. He has diversified from his humble beginnings as a naval architect into various fields like films, healthcare, and tourism. Welcome, sir.
Hi.
Hi. So, sir, so this is something which everybody is curious about. So, what inspired you to become an entrepreneur, and how did you come up with the idea for your company?
I'm basically a naval architect, passed out from Cochin University. So during my engineering days, I never took any money from my parents. I was running a small shop in my university. That was for just a one-room shop. That is for a dry cleaning shop and a typing center. Both were really required for the campus. Because all the students and their teachers, they used to send their clothes for the dry cleaning, and all the students, they have project reports to be made, so the typing is required. So with one person I could manage the shop, and every day I used to work 2 to 3 hours in the evening. I need to go there and work, but that was enough for my studies. So that entrepreneurship started from there. So I decided, okay, once I get some industrial experience, I need to have my own firm in my field, actually in the naval architecture field. So I came to after my course, I was working in Merchant Navy for around 6 months, but unfortunately that ship had a major fire, and all my colleagues, I was the only one escaped from that fire. So I quit Merchant Navy after that. Then I came to Middle East. I worked for almost 6 years, but actually my plan was to start the firm after 2 years. That was my initial plan, but by that time I got married, so my priorities got changed. So I had to settle myself. So after 6 years, I decided I should have my own firm. So that was the very beginning. So I had the experience in the marine inspection side. So and my technical background is ship design. So I selected these two fields, marine inspection and ship design. So that was the very beginning of my business journey.
So another thing that we're very curious about is how the pandemic and the current situation has affected your business personally, and how did you overcome the initial stages of the difficult period of time?
Of course, yes, it's a global pandemic, and everyone was got affected. Not only us, all our clients, entire world got affected. Especially, we are in the shipping. Shipping runs 24/7. In fact, we were working for almost the clients in 80 countries. We have say offices in 16 countries also, and also in under Aries Group, almost more than 55 companies also. So it's a very widespread operation. So naturally, it got affected, especially when the shipping got affected. Just like airlines, the shipping was also affected. So initially, we had a drop of almost 40% in the business. Then we did because we have a system. Whenever there is a problem, immediately within 24 hours we can go for plan B actions. So immediately we started taking corrective actions. Actually, in the backdrop you can see FISA. FISA means efficiency improvement management system. So we are following that system. So that is very, very effective. Any problem comes, immediately we can take corrective actions. So we were anticipating this kind of issues in advance. So we immediately started switching over. So slowly in almost 6 months, we could almost come out of, or we can say that we came back to 90% normal operations. Today, again, the second wave has started, but we are well prepared for that one. Now, almost 90% of our staff, they're working from home only. That system actually, within 24 hours, we could shift our operations to home, but unfortunately, the side jobs were very badly affected. We could not mobilize our people. Instead of going to 80 countries, maximum 25 countries only we could manage. So the other business was really affected, but somehow we managed. But we are so happy that we crossed the pandemic period without making any loss for the company. So that way, we are so happy that we survived the situation.
Another question that we would like to ask is, do you think as an entrepreneur at this scale, giving back to the society is important?
Yeah, of course, not only entrepreneur, everyone should give back something to the society, because we are a part of the society. Because just like our family, uh, because if the society is not existing, it will affect your existence also. So it is your responsibility, every individual's responsibility, to give back something to the society. We do a lot of things, because just like the corporate social responsibility, we do a lot of things. But on top of that one, our policy says that, see, to transform a society, the best contribution you can create it is to provide or create job opportunities. That was our basic principles. So we cannot change the entire world, but you can change your surroundings. So like that, we have created so many job opportunities for many people, because when you are giving a job to a person, actually you are saving an entire family actually. So at least five people are depending on 4 or 5 people depending on them. We take care of that entire group. And also, when you are spreading your business, actually, not only you, there are several subcontractors also coming up. So, because right now we are almost 1,900 employees, but indirectly we have created at least 10,000 job opportunities actually. So that way, that is our responsibility, because we are saving 10,000 families that way. Like that, if everyone is trying to do it, it's a great thing. But same time, now we have, as a social contribution, we introduced so many things. We social activities, so many social activities are there. In fact, we spend a lot of a major part of our profit to this kind of social activities. The latest one now we are focusing is on to the $1 is equal to 1 rupee concept. How to equalize the money value of India in par with the dollar. So that is a major project. So for that, we are uniting the entire billionaires of Indian billionaires actually, because through the billionaires only this will be possible. Basically, by changing our prime minister or Reserve Bank governors cannot change the economy really, because the economy is created by the business fraternity. So you need to transform the business community. So, and in fact, the normal business community is actually the very beginning of creating jobs are by the major players, the billionaires like Reliance, Adani Group, and other things. So all these major players, we are trying to bring them under one umbrella, giving a common goal, how to give a target of this $1 is equal to 1 rupee as a vision. So we are working on it already. We call it as Indian Billionaires Club basically. Already the different chapters already opened in different states. Even in Dubai also we have opened a chapter. We have a common vision. So like that, we have identified so many drain holes. In fact, this FSM is created for them actually. So through this FSM implementation, our vision is at least, okay, even if it is not exactly because $1 is equal to 1 rupee, in a holistic way we can say that, because we Indians have a feel that we are not, our potential is not equivalent to the Western world. But that mindset should be changed. We should feel like we are in par with the potential of the West. So that mindset to be changed, then naturally the gap between the diverging process. Now every year the money value is going down. That we need to converge it actually. That divergence we need to change to the convergence. So that is the very perspective. So once it start converge, at certain point it will meet. That is the vision. $1 is equal to 1 rupee. Any other question?
One more question prepared. Last question is, sir, what is your favorite aspect about being an entrepreneur? And what advice would you like to give aspiring entrepreneurs like us and like rest of the students in our class?
See, being an entrepreneur, actually your responsibility is more. Even if you have a freedom of movement, because the advantage is you can your way of action, everything, there is no restriction. You can think in your own perspective, you can plan it accordingly. But the responsibility on your shoulder is much more, because you are not swimming alone. You are a group of people behind you, so you need to take care of them also. So that is the additional responsibility. But thing is, if you are creative or if you are ambitious, you can do a lot. If you are just becoming a follower as a normal employee, thing is your duties and responsibilities are decided by someone else. You cannot create your own plans. So that is the most advantage with being an entrepreneur. There is the sky is the limit. You can plan in any way. If you have the potential, you can grow to any level actually. That's why even if I was working with any of the companies in the world, okay, maybe I would have become the CEO of the company. But what is planned for that company only will be my target. But when I became the entrepreneurs, I could diversify into so many other fields. We are into marine, medical, media, into interior design, into space inspection. Lot of things we are doing. That freedom I got just because of being an entrepreneur. And the flexibility in the working time, because as an entrepreneur, you can decide what time you need to work, what time not to work. Otherwise, you need to work within a specific time frame. So that in one way is you become a free bird, but in another way, there is someone on your back also. You cannot fly alone, or you cannot swim alone.
Yeah, sir, thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us. We are super grateful actually because for this opportunity, and we are very happy and like we feel very grateful for all the advices you have given us. And I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
tell me about your activities. Okay, you asked me these questions. Now let me ask you some questions.
Yes,
What
sir.
are you? Where are you? What is this show? All these things you can tell.
So, sir, I know I've called you like on 20th to tell you about the thing, and this is under a very short notice. You agreed, even without knowing what it actually was. So, this is how it started. So, our entrepreneur sirs, like both the sirs, they're very interesting, and they gave us this opportunity. They were like, you need to interview an entrepreneur. Anybody, it could be anybody, it could be from your place. Interview them, and they showed us a few examples also, like what our seniors did, and you have to interview them and like make a video, 10 minutes video. That's how it started. And then we had to like search for entrepreneurs, and then we had to like call people. And the thing is, like, because it's a pandemic, it's very hard to schedule a meeting. And then I think through my dad I got your number, and then I ended up calling you, and then you agreed to it.
Okay, good. All the best.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.